Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your reading. I hope you guys are doing well and in high spirits. Thanks so much for being here. All the gratitude to you for that. Let's go ahead and set our intention. I ask that this reading with these tools be accurate, specific, and bring blessings to everyone involved. Angels, please help me to stay centered in my higher self so that I may clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine messages that you impart through me in these tools. Please give me the confidence to understand, trust, and follow through with your messages. Thank you and amen. All right, Aquarius, please remember to take what resonates, leave anything that does not. So if anything creates tension, doubt, lack, limitation, or anything heavy inside your mind, body, or heart, please throw it away, reject it, don't take it on, okay? Everything should provide a sense of lightness, expansiveness, empowerment, etc. Also, this is timeless. Anytime you feel drawn to listen, please do. There's many layers in the messages that can reveal themselves differently at different times, depending on where you're at in your journey. For Aquarius, please and thank you. Angel, spirit guides, universe, what are the messages for Aquarius, please and thank you. Wow. Okay, you guys. Might need to be having some serious discussions with a person or a partner lately. But soon you're going to be moving into this playful energy again. We have soulmate here. Yes, this is your soulmate. And this comes out with very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay, let's get some more on this. Actually, let's use this deck. For the Aquarius collective watching this video, please and thank you. Who is this soulmate? This could be somebody at a distance. Could be somebody associated with Sagittarian energy somehow, in an important way, like we would say like a true node, or of course sun, rising, Venus, possibly moon. They don't have to have Sagittarius, but that energy is really strong here. They could be somebody that appreciates to travel, again, somebody that's at a distance. And we can have many soulmates, right, Aquarius, at different times in our life, during different parts of our journey. So just because this person could be your soulmate or is your soulmate doesn't mean they're the one and only, and that when it's hitting a rough patch, or, if something doesn't happen, that it's all over for you. That's not how soulmates work, right? But at this time, this is. This could be also, there could be some challenges in this dynamic, things that aren't clear, things that you just don't see, doubts that come up, insecurities to battle. How are you going to see each other if you're at a distance? It can be that energy. Anything else about the Aquarius soulmate? Please and thank you. Anything else about this soulmate? Please and thank you. I also get French, Italian, Spanish, Spain energy from this card as well. And also, if you notice this person, they're looking from the east towards the west. So this could be somebody who is east of you, no matter how far east. I feel like there is a fight for both of you to heal, to really try to wear your heart on your sleeve and not be, jaded by the past or too much like this. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you Now, let's see what we can do about this. Like, what is this implying for Aquarius? Yeah, this is about building something. So, and right, we can't build something until we know what we want to build so much. Or we can follow our intuition and our instincts and just build from there. That does work. But whatever this is that you want to build, or that you decide that you want to work on, that you decide that you want, it feels like you are set up for success with this thing. So if you feel motivated towards doing something, towards building something, I feel like now is a very good time for you to do that, because you will have success with it. You're going to be able to pull things in. You already have been, but it's enhancing. It's like, it feels like a slow build that continually enhances, where you're able to pull things into your world and manifest and draw in a very strong way. Playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Anything to enhance with this message, Spirit? Please and thank you. Something in the past feels like it's almost gone, but it still lingers just a little bit, just enough to be a pain in your side at times, or just enough to occasionally run in the back, or maybe all the time run in the back of your mind, but just occasionally mess with your mind a little bit. Could be a past love situation in this life here. This is what you're coming out of. This is the energy you're coming out of, trying to break out of, so that you can recapture playfulness and not be stuck in a defeated energy or a hopeless energy or a hurt kind of place. And it does require you to do a lot of this self-love and self-worth work and energy to move through your doubts and insecurities and what you can't see, and to actually try to heal and wear that heart as your center here. And this thing in the past, you're just about letting go of it, but sometimes it's still there beneath the surface, and that could really bother you, Aquarius. But I think with time and with this dynamic and this healing, this soulmate energy, for those of you who this is resonating with, this will absolutely fade. I don't know if we can ever fully forget, but we can release and make peace with when life starts to become a picture that is more fit to what we actually want and love. And then we're like, oh, so that had to happen to get me here. That kind of energy. And then what is this about? Please and thank you. We have deception here. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And it could be you, mostly just that you haven't accepted or been 100% honest with yourself about something yet, or about how you really feel yet. This to me isn't as much about deception and worry as it is about encouragement to keep digging for and becoming authentic. The authentic version of yourself, the most authentic version of yourself that you can find, that you can muster. Like, that is what this is about to me. It is about, how can I really come through this with my most authenticity and my most truth in hand? Because your most truth in hand is exactly what's going to give you the solid, stable start in something that you could have been looking for, success in something that you could have been looking for, whether it be a business, a partner, a lifestyle, work with your own self. It's something that it may be hard to navigate, but when you come through it, right? These doubts, these insecurities may be hard to navigate, but you are fighting, and once you come through all those doubts and insecurities, we have this very solid, stable, tangible manifestation in hand. And we have that ace energy, which is that new beginning, that start. So it's about navigating basically through your own self and your own walls and your own doubts, your own warped perceptions and things that you feel ashamed to be honest about, or things that you don't even know how to reach in yourself. It's kind of about reaching those things, right? It's not as hard of work as you think it is, actually, to do this. Some of you may not want to put in the work because you have an idea of what it looks like to try and reach authenticity in yourself and dig deep and figure out where you're being deceptive with yourself or a partner. But the work doesn't look the way you think it does. It's not about slaving away and making yourself miserable for this. It's just about giving yourself the moment to even set the intention to clear this and find more authenticity. Because when you find more authenticity within yourself and really admit truths to yourself, accept certain things with yourself that are over and done in the past and how they felt and whatever it is, it really releases a lot for you and helps bring you into more of that truth. And when you're in that truth, the world around you reflects that truth. Clarify this for Aquarius, please, and thank you. I feel like you guys are moving into more emotional abundance. This is an independent process, not just emotional, but this reflects everywhere. But I feel that you guys are coming through some tougher times into a more emotional station that is more solid. To me, when I see these two in your reading, it's very like you're working on building this more satisfied, stable, and positive energied world, which is great. And I feel like you're coming out of scarcity, Aquarius, some kind of scarcity, something that you've been clinging to, old comfort that you've been clinging to, something that I get the word minimal in, just something that you've been holding tightly to, that was maybe even feeling a little not generous or a little jaded or just frustrated by people in the world and holding everything close to your chest. I feel like you're coming out of that energy, especially as you break yourself free of some of this inauthentic energy, which, by the way, when we say inauthentic, it's not that you're sitting there calculating how you can be inauthentic. It's just simply that sometimes we bury the truth in us because we were taught it was wrong, it wasn't acceptable, that we wouldn't be accepted for our truth, or we weren't good enough to have a truth, or that people turn us away when we have it, or even that we just don't want to see it in ourselves because maybe the truth of us is partly what we don't like in others, right? And it's kind of facing some of those shadows and facing the fact that we are all, each of us, everything. And there are going to be parts of us that we don't love totally or like totally, and that is okay, and that's going to be in everybody. And the more you look at it in yourself, the more you can look at it in another, and you can recognize it and not be afraid of it as well in them, right? In yourself or in them, because it's just a part of life, Aquarius. So I know you guys know that. I know you're smart, and nobody can advise you or steer your ship, but we can at least try to give you a grasp on some things that are going on in your world, and you know, plant some seeds, get some wheels spinning and turning for what could happen next and how that could look. So what other messages do we have for Aquarius, please, and thank you. Clarify this, please, and thank you. I feel like a situation happened in the past that was very painful, very hurtful, and it threw your trust off in your own guidance system, and it's partly why you buried some certain aspects of yourself, why you have certain fears even that you don't want to acknowledge totally or face totally. It's a big part of why, and it might have made you feel a little disconnected from your intuition. You could have literally dealt with a Pisces that hurt you, or a Gemini, Pisces, Gemini, another air sign, actually, even Libra, Aquarius. But in general, the first thing I think is you're feeling a little disconnected from your intuition. You're feeling a little not trusting of it sometimes. You know, you might waver back and forth. And it's because of what happened. It's like, wow, can I trust myself? If I put myself through that, can I trust that, you know? You do also have Judgment on the bottom of the deck, and in this context, I'm going to say that if any of you are feeling disconnected from your intuition or concerned, like it's not the same as it used to be, or you just don't know what is up from down, there is going to be a resurrection of your clarity, okay? Even just from watching this reading and the idea that this is coming to you, says a lot about where you're at in your life and the fact that you're probably already setting some intentions and different things into motion. So naturally, you will get back in touch, okay? There's just some transitioning that has to happen, the death of certain things that has to happen, and the death can mean just letting go of certain things. It doesn't mean that they're not still there and they're not a piece of you, but letting go just means that you actually face and acknowledge the truth of things and how they felt and how it was for you. I just saw 15:15 on the clock there. We have King and Queen of Wands in reverse. Fire energy in reverse here. Could be that this transition has to occur before this can fully manifest a dynamic, this fire energy dynamic. I also see here there's something the universe has offered you that you just don't feel ready to take. Perhaps you want more options, Aquarius. Perhaps you're like, no, this can't be it. This can't be my soulmate. Or this can't be the real situation, or it can't really be this way. A little bit of denial, I guess would be a good way to put that. And it's like you would rather have options in a situation. I feel like you want this. I feel like you want options. You want them. Could also be that you don't like something being offered. You reject it. You don't want it. You want different options. There's some kind of a transition or a change into something a little bit different that you're looking for, Aquarius. Just one more explanation for the King and Queen, please. The King and Queen. I want to say that this soulmate relationship could be a little bumpy at first because it's there to teach you, and usually soulmate relationships are. It's there to teach you, to heal you. There might be a lot to navigate at first, but I, again, see both of you determined and fighting for the right things, for the heart and for healing, okay? So that's good, and I feel like you're on the same page. It might not manifest the way you want it to within Taurus season. That's how I read this. Like this dynamic between you and this person, it may not fully manifest in Taurus season, okay? Also, you might not feel like you've made your transition fully. You might not feel on top of your game. You might feel, I don't know, like a little out of control. Maybe you don't feel sexy, or you don't feel in it, like you're still in your transformation. You're still in your chrysalis. I feel like it's this. So something could feel like it's over between you and a fire sign, or something that felt like it was moving really fast, or making movement, and now it's not. Something that was moving ahead, some kind of an offer of stability or love. It might just feel like it's over right now, but this is a lot about, I just saw recapture. This is a lot about like you're going to get a second chance, I want to say, with this, or this is going to keep moving forwards even when it doesn't look like it, even if it feels paused right now, or even if it feels like the stability of this situation is no more. It is. It's just, it's on a holding period so that you can make this journey, and it actually is a part of the journey. Okay, Aquarius? You might feel like you need a break from love to process something too. It could be like this, or a break from this partnership to process something. That's okay. You gotta just trust yourself with that, right? So, all right. Getting 6, 7, 8. I see death here right away. So some of you are either already dealing with death of something, end of something, the transition of something. Death is a transition. You're either already doing that, or you're about to enter into this transition energy and really letting go, letting be. Let it be is here. Let it be. Let it. The song "Let It Be." So just to be clear, that's not like somebody's about to die. It's not that. Don't worry. It's just allowing the death of something. I also see debt here. Some of you could feel like you owe something to, like your life, for example, to a parent or to somebody who thinks they know how you should live your life or what's best for you. Or you could just feel indebted to somebody, to something, to a situation. But I feel like this let it be, this let it go, is also let it go of this debt. You don't owe a debt to somebody. That's not the way exchanges work. Maybe you do literally owe a financial debt. That's different. But when we're talking energy, when we're talking feeling indebted to somebody out of like guilt, or out of they did this for me and now I have to return this type thing, nobody can tell you how to work. If that's how you work, it's how you work. but there is a feeling of like, let it go, let it be. You're not indebted, like your life isn't indebted to somebody. You don't owe somebody explanations or to live your life a certain way like this. We also have rot here. I think of a pumpkin patch that's rotting. It's just like, again, letting things go, letting things die. Rot or decomposition, decomposing is a part of life. It is just as much a part of life as being young and growing and living, right? We also have deal here. Could be making a deal for what? What are you making a deal for? Root. Well, some of you could be making a deal. I don't know what for. I get the feeling like it's like a deal, like a compromise, or like a, look, if I do this or I whatever, will you let me out of that, or will like this. I feel like this would come up because there's a success energy to this deal that you could have an idea to make. If you did it, there's a success around it. Yes. It's just about communicating, telling. And when one door closes, another opens. Remember that, Aquarius. Actually, sometimes when one door closes, that door needed to close so bad that 20 other doors open, And when do 20 other doors open, you come into this energy that you're actually kind of wanting to be in. I feel like you're craving the sevens. You're craving the strength that it takes to navigate through the hidden, through the unseen a bit, to find yourself. You're craving that spiritual energy, that unknowing a little bit. There's something about the directness that you don't want at the moment as much, and that's awesome. I see teleport as well. Again, I get distance. Rod, like fishing rod, or lightning. What else? Reeds, like in the lake or in the water. Could be taking a hike with somebody. I get autumn a lot through this. I don't know if it's because you met them in autumn or because something will come to fruition in autumn. Also, this could indicate Leo season and Sagittarius season being really significant for this connection to really bloom or to come together more. Anything else? Deer is there. So I keep getting like I saw a reed and I thought of Michigan, and I see deer and I think of like Michigan. Doesn't have to be Michigan, but like that northern kind of landscape. I see that there. And then reel it in. If you're going fishing, we have rod, we have reeds, we have reel. So some of you could be going fishing, but also keep it real. Or remember, find again how to make it real. And then dot, period. All right, Aquarius. Those are the messages that we have for you today. I hope they resonated with you. Go ahead and email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com if you would like a personal reading. But until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for being here and all the love, you guys.